We defeated Alex Jones because we're winning, because there's more of us, because we're winning, and the future is female and Islamic or something. Because Alex Jones being kicked off of social media definitely means that the good people, not the, nationalists and the hate groups and the good people, us, we're winning. Because Alex Jones had his social media accounts canceled. Which means that he's just gone and his audience is just gone. Hey everybody, it's Prince of Queens. And I definitely think that a lot of people probably presumed that there were a bunch of anti-Alex Jones people out there who were just glowing with triumphant, smug satisfaction when they heard the news that Alex Jones had his social media account and web presence basically wiped, minus his own website. I'm sure that there were a lot of people that everybody imagined were just super happy about this. But to be truthful, I didn't really see any evidence of anybody cheering as if it was some sort of big victory until very recently. Now, granted, I'm sure it probably wasn't really hard to find. It's kind of the reverse of when Trump won the election and there was that one girl on the inauguration day and she was like, no! Well, I'm sure people were waiting for it, and there was people doing kind of the reverse, being like, yes! I'm sure. I didn't really see it until this. And so I'm going to share with you some screenshots of this one particular guy who, by the way, he's friends with a friend of mine, and he is a never-ending lol cow. And just window into just how stupid somebody can be. Like, because he's some combination of, totally blue pill American clueless person, but he's also just really stupid. Like, he's dumb. Like, he's like maybe a crack baby or something. Like, and he's not black. I'm not saying that because he's black, because he's just not. Like, there's no part of him that's black. That's not a racist thing that I'm saying. He's just a really stupid person. So, I'm just gonna read some of his little comments that he was making. Alex Jones is a white nationalist hate group leader. He had nothing at all to do with real journalism. He just put out racist and bigoted opinions based upon a false sense of national identity. Wow, lots to unpack here. I don't really know how to even... Okay, I'm just gonna kind of move on from that because I'm sure you can do the legwork for yourself of unpacking that. So then some other guy says that he doesn't think that Alex Jones is actually a hate leader or whatever, and the wacko's response is LMFAO, yeah, okay there, genius. That was totally a coherent argument, wasn't it? I've literally heard Jones say he is Anglophilic, which maybe that's true. I don't know. Maybe Alex Jones did say that, which is not the end of the world. And he totally meant he's pro-white causes. Are you sure? Are you really... No, does this guy really know what he meant? He blatantly argued that he believes the USA belongs to white Christians both culturally and economically. That is the literal definition of a white nationalist. So I'm not very convinced that what he's saying is true about Alex Jones, but I thought that the next guy's response was actually kind of good, so I'm going to include it. You sure listen to a lot of Alex Jones. I sure did. Gotta keep an eye on the psychos. and report them for hate speech. Bye-bye, Jones. So, since you were so attentive, could you link me to some footage of him saying any one of the things he allegedly just said? I mean, sure, he can't speak for himself anymore, but surely, if what he said was so offensive, some other places have the footage hosted, right? Hell no, I am searching through his bull S. We all did what we set out to do. We don't have to suffer his idiocy anymore. He's a hate group leader and deserves to be disqualified from public discourse. I feel no need to defend our actions against his supporters. Obviously, enough of us felt strongly about it enough that, well, we won. LMFAO. So the guy says, but you can't show evidence because you don't have it, because you are a liar. And then asks, you think you won something? Once again, I feel no obligation to defend it. We won. And the other guy says, kind of like you won the 2016 election. And he says, yeah, look for Alex Jones on Facebook, LMFAO. And the guy says, so does he cease to exist? Do his fans cease to exist? And he says, hey, they're out of my face and on my front page. That's all I care about. Keep dumbass nationalist rhetoric in private. I can't make them not exist. I can help minimize the ease of spreading their hate, though. Jones is merely target number one. We're gonna keep pushing nationalism back like this. This won't stop. And it's funny because, you know, he was talking so much about, like, hate groups and white nationalists and all this stuff, but he's kind of already dropped that and he's just saying nationalism. So it's pretty clear that this guy, his problem is really just with nationalism, and he's willing to carelessly tack on other words like white nationalism, which, you know, I've never seen any indication that Alex Jones is a white nationalist. He'll just tack that on, but he won't keep it tacked on because ultimately it seems as if he doesn't even really care about the potentiality that white nationalists would be interested in Alex Jones. What he really cares about is Alex Jones being a nationalist, which is true. Alex Jones is a nationalist, but he's not a white nationalist as far as I know. Let's move on. Americans are done with hate being touted as free speech. Nationalism lost the culture war. It's funny, really, because, you know, Alex Jones talks a lot about the globalists, and he acts like it's the globalists versus the nationalists. And this guy is very, very eager to step up and raise his hand as somebody who's like, oh yeah, well, we're the globalists and we're going to win. It seems, right? Like, because, I mean, if he's so against nationalism to the point where he's going to brag about nationalism allegedly losing the culture war, well, that means he's admitting to be a globalist. He's actively a globalist, I guess, presumably. So in response to the guy saying that nationalists lost the culture war, this next guy says, you mean by winning elections they lost? And the guy says, yeah, you're stuck on past victories. You don't want to look forward. I wouldn't either if I was a nationalist. Nationalists are going to be more and more pushed to the fringes of society. No one cares about their opinions anymore, and that drives them nuts. No one cares about race or religion except nationalists. So they deserve to be made pariahs of. What type of alternate reality is this guy living in? Like, globalist, leftist type people don't care about race or religion. That's so the reverse of what is true. He goes on, if you're a nationalist, things are about to get bad. Like, not killing or arrest style bad, but like holding a job or any social respect kind of bad. And the other guy says, wait, sorry, past victories? You mean the fact that our government is dominated by free speech supporting nationalists currently? And your victory is kicking Alex Jones off of Facebook, which stock prices dropped a week or two ago more than any of. So basically this guy is saying, this isn't actually a victory to get Alex Jones off of failing social media companies, is what I assume that he's saying. I don't want to share it because it's long. And so the guy says, in response to the allegation of the government being dominated by nationalists, he says, dominated? LMFAO. The people hold the real power in this country. We've already dismantled these assholes one at a time. Sacha Baron Cohen being the prime example of the grassroots attacks we're laying on those in power. We can take these people down. I don't know. I'm not going to share. And he says, you claim the MSN is against you, and you're right in a way, but that's too simple. We Americans, large and by far, we are against you. And the guy says, in response to this crazy person, yep, you represent America. You win. How many friends you got on that list? And he says, look around. Nationalists are the minority, a loud-ass, obnoxious minority. And, you know, presumably he goes on just bragging about how he's winning because Alex Jones got his social media account. And I think that he legitimately believes that it's because public opinion is against Alex Jones and that him and his little friends sending hate speech reports won. Like, they won. Like, as if him calling into American Idol and voting for Alex Jones to be kicked off American Idol actually really contributed to him being pushed off of social media, and now Alex Jones ceases to exist because he's just not popular. According to this guy actually seems to think that. I just like to say out loud what seemingly is actually going through this head, because it's nutty. But I'm going to leave you guys with the following, the last post of his that I'm going to mention, because it's this one is almost bordering on being a little bit creepy in terms of like free speech. This guy says, Americans represent themselves. It's just who cares to listen. And when groups get too weak, it doesn't matter if they listen or not. That's the nice part. We don't care how loud nationalists are or how much you claim to be real Americans or whatever BS rhetoric being spout. The fact is, once we take over, it doesn't matter what you say. LMFAO. So the people who are happy about this, the people who are like giddy with excitement that Alex Jones got deleted off of social media, that's how these people think. Once we take over, it doesn't matter what you say. Globalism is cool. He's fully fine with that. Nationalism bad. And the end. And obviously this guy's not very smart. I don't know what he's thinking is going to, maybe he thinks that he's going to be one of the aristocrats because he was on the right side of history or something. He will get to cut the bread line. I'm not sure. I don't know. That's all I have to say for this video.